Welcome back to Central Valley Today. They are some of the most influential people in our kids' lives. Teachers. That's why it's so important to find well-educated, enthusiastic, talented teachers. And that is what the California Center on Teaching Careers is doing. They're on a mission to find those teachers. So I am here with Marvin Lopez at the California Center on Teaching Careers in Tulare County. So thank you for inviting me out here. We are at the Tulare Office of Education, which is a very impressive building. And that's where we find the California Center on Teaching Careers. So let's talk about what the center is, what you guys do. What is this center?
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. The California Center on Teaching Careers was established in 2001. It was part of an initiative by Governor Gray Davis, and we are in charge of solving the teacher shortage for the state of California.
Okay, but you guys have partners, right? So this is one center, and then you have partners all over the state trying to find more teachers so that we can stop this shortage or help this shortage. What is the actual shortage? What are we experiencing here in the state of California?
Yes, so it is a national crisis, but in California we're expecting to have over 100,000 teachers need over 100,000 teachers in the next 5 years.
Yeah, and I mean, California is a huge state. We're seeing more and more people, seeing more and more children, and so we need teachers to sort of do what for us? Because I could imagine you could solve that problem by increasing class size, but I would think that that is not the first option, right?
Correct. So our efforts go, obviously they're very robust throughout the state. We do work with high schools, community colleges, and even universities to increase the pipeline so we can prepare more teachers. Of course, we're also always looking to recruit credentialed teachers for our schools throughout the state.
I see here that you're expanding to help recruit mental health professionals, because when we send our kids to school, you know, they spend a ton of time there. How does this work? How does that factor into your mission?
That is correct, and part of our mission is to make sure that we equip our classrooms and our schools with not just credentialed teachers, but also classified staff that cares about our students, as well as mental health professionals.
What do you think having a competent and robust mental health professional on campus does for a student's success?
So when our children come to school, the first thing they see is our classified staff, the cross guards, the maintenance people, our cafeteria staff. And I think having those individuals in their lives, making them feel welcome, is very important. Then, of course, they go into the classroom to interact with our teachers, our credentialed teachers. And we also need to provide them with the mental health support that all of our children need in our schools.
I think it's sort of like, you know, if you are worried about where you're going to sleep or where you're going to eat, that takes away from your capacity to learn. But if you're also dealing with anxiety or depression or, you know, a myriad of mental health issues, that's going to affect your capacity to retain information or to be enthusiastic about learning. I think that aspect of what you guys do is so important. But you also have, you're working on the residency expansion part of what you guys do. So what's the residency program for special education teachers?
Absolutely. So the residency program model is designed to be similar to the medical model, where our incoming future teachers go through a 1 year of clinical experience. They are paired up with a mentor, and they spend most of their time in the classroom observing the mentor teach the class. And throughout the year, the clinical experience, they gradually co-teach and then eventually switch roles. So different pathway than your traditional pathway. And we have had the single subject residency program already in place for 5 years. And now we're expanding to a special education residency program. bringing in more special education teachers
Yeah.
through the residency pathway.
Yeah, I think that's great. My mom was a special education teacher in Clovis Unified for
Great.
40 years. And the only way that you learn really is through classroom experience.
That is correct.
It's the best way. But you have another way that you recruit other teachers. So you do some virtual job fairs. And you guys were the first to move sort of in this direction, in this recruitment process. So tell me about your virtual platform and how that's helping recruit teachers.
Absolutely. Before the pandemic, we wanted to develop a virtual platform so that we can recruit more teachers for our state, the entire state of California. So we developed a virtual platform that allows teachers from California, different regions of the state, out of state, and out of the country to interact with our school districts who are hiring teachers.
I think the out-of-state thing is that's so important because people can come into California for whatever reason, or maybe their spouse or their partner, maybe they're coming and they're looking for jobs, and sometimes it's hard to get in contact until you're actually here, but now we can jump in front of it. So how can somebody participate in one of these job fairs or find this virtual platform?
They can go to californiateach.org and they will find information about our events coming up and other resources.
Okay, perfect. Well, I'm so happy you invited me out here. I didn't know that you had been around for so long. How has your work expanded maybe in some recent years?
Yes, it has tremendously, especially post-pandemic. We have become, Tulare County Office of Ed has become a model project for other regions of the state as well as other states in the nation. We are driving lots of different initiatives to help with the teacher shortage, recruit more classified staff, also prepare and recruit mental health professionals. And we also collaborate with other county offices, school districts, universities, and also statewide organizations around teacher recruitment, teacher support, and teacher retention.
Well, I think, the health of any organization, any business, anything that you do is dependent a lot on your recruiters and your recruitment and how you retain people, especially how you retain people. And I know that that is a big part of what you guys do. So we will have all the information on how you can join one of their virtual job fairs, how you can find more information on the center here. Thank you so much for inviting me out here. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.